Hello? Oh, you're looking for sci-fi books? Yeah, let me give you my top 5 sci-fi book recs. Hi besties, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, hello, my name is Emily. I love to yap about the library, plants, and other things that I'm doing. And if you are returning, welcome back. I realized that I've been posting videos for a couple months now, and I have never given you guys a book rec video. And sci-fi is my literal favorite genre ever. And I do categorize sci-fi and fantasy as two completely different genres. So I thought it'd be fun today to give you my top 5 sci-fi book recs. And yes, all of these are in a series. Let me know in the comments if you want standalone sci-fi book recs, because I also have some of those. Now, these are in no particular order. I really can't rank these from 1 through 5, but I will say that the Kindom series by Bethany Jacobs is my top tier sci-fi series ever. This is a trilogy, and the last book actually just released in December of 2025, so it's perfect for you to add to your TBR now because it is a completed series. And oh my god, this is again one of those series that just made me fall back in love with reading and remind me why I love reading so much. I knew from the plot twist in book 1 that this was going to be one of my all-time favorite series, and this series is great if you're more into like the science space part of sci-fi. It takes place on a lot of different worlds. There's lots of spaceships, intergalactic travel, like it has it all. This is a queer space opera with a cat and mouse type of game to try and control and hide the secret about genocide. It tells a story of 3 different women: June Ironway, who is a brilliant hacker looking to reunite her family; Chono, who is very religious and looking to overcome a dark past; and Asik Nightfoot, who is this like very charismatic, manipulative sociopath who's the heir to a family fortune and one of the like controlling families. Throughout all 3 books, their paths intertwine and they're on the hunt for like this historic artifact. And throughout it all, there is this one figure from their past that tie all 3 of them together, and they all have like beef with in one way or another. And it's so good. It has revenge and reparations and the struggle for a just future when there's like a morally corrupt government on the other side of it. And there's characters who have vicious self-interest and ambition who are working against both of them. There's obviously a ton of like morally gray characters, but I also loved the found family that was in this series, the sapphic romance in it, and everyone is betraying each other. Like, it's just overall exactly what I want from a sci-fi series. Speaking of sapphic romance, the next book on this list is the Gearbreakers series. This is a YA dystopian sci-fi series and is great if you like more of like the heavy metal machinery fighting tyrannical governments type of vibe. So this government entity called Godslayers intends to rule like the entire world one day, and they use these gigantic weaponized mechanical like robots called windups to further their mission, and only the best of the best fighters are actually able to pilot these mechanical weapons, and of course one of which is our main character, Sona. On the flip side, there's this rebel group in the Badlands called Gearbreakers, and they literally break the gears of these mechanical robots. And our other main character, Eris, is one of the best Gearbreakers of her generation until a mission goes bad and she actually gets captured by Godslayers, the government. So Sona and Eris end up meeting, and it turns out that Sona is actually a pilot of one of these windups to further her own agenda of wanting to destroy the government from within. So they end up working together to destroy this tyrannical government, and they end up falling for each other because it is a sapphic YA dystopian romance book. It was very fun. I really liked it. It was a really quick and fun read. I love how much found family there was in this book. I love the cunningness of the 2 main characters. I love how fast-paced this was. Sometimes you just want a really fast-paced sci-fi series that still like keeps your interest. And honestly, it was just really interesting to read a duology like this where there were like transformer type of machinery, and I would love to read more books like this. Next up is the Villains Duology by V.E. Schwab, and oh my god, when I was reading this book, it made me fall back in love with superheroes after like the whole Marvel franchise just really went to shit and ruined that for me. Now, this is a duology and technically it is completed, but I think that there's going to be a 3rd book in this series releasing soon. This absolutely works as just a duology, so I'm still incorporating it into this video because it is genuinely one of my favorite books ever. And the author actually shared a post the other day that I think perfectly encapsulates what this book is about. 2 friends kill themselves together, and now they have superpowers and are sworn enemies. Like, yeah, that is literally what the series is about, and it's so good. The 2 main characters are men, and while there's no romantic aspect between the 2 of them, there is absolutely tension between the 2 of them. Like, them getting together has to happen, and low-key, I'm hoping that that happens in book 3 because I couldn't imagine any other reason to write a 3rd book in this duology if not to make them kiss. The main characters in this series are some of the most morally corrupt, mentally unstable men I have ever read about, and I ate that shit up. This is one of those series that's just so fun to read, and one of the reasons why V.E. Schwab has really solidified themselves as an auto-buy author on my bookshelf. Next is the Earthseed series by Octavia E. Butler, and there is a reason that this author is considered a legend, a mastermind, and still raved about to this day. And with this series specifically, there is a reason that there are so many editions of this book, one of which is actually a graphic novel adaptation, which I really want to read because I think that this is the type of book and really series that would just do so well with pictures. So this story follows a young Black woman who is creating a new religion within a collapsing United States. She lives within this walled up neighborhood, and the walls are there to like keep each community safe from outsiders, but the outsiders are really just people who cannot afford to live, basically like the homeless and the drug addicts. And of course, the drugs are planted within society, most likely by the pharmaceutical companies or the government or what have you. Within these two books, the thing that blew me away was how slow built the apocalypse was portrayed and how it really is just like a slow and steady slide into economic decline and environmental decline, honestly. Now, this book was published in, I think, 1993, and it takes place in 2025. And I know like everybody says this about this series, but it is just so eerily true for what 2025 felt like and even like what it feels like now. The way that current day America is portrayed and written about is just so uncannily real that it genuinely left me speechless. And I think this book did a really great job of showing how these things happen over the lifespan of multiple generations. There will always be people who think that it can go back to the way that it was before, but really what you need to do is adapt and change to be able to successfully move forward, not just as an individual, but also as a community. This is great if you like more of a dystopian type of sci-fi series. I think if there's any book that you take from this list, it is this series by Octavia E. Butler. I just think everybody needs to read it. Lastly is the Devoured World series. This is another sci-fi series that had such a queer normative world that it just like pulled at my heartstrings, and I loved it so much. This is a type of series that has a more horror element to it. There are like these really creepy zombie type things that are taking over one of the planets, and of course like the heir to a regime and someone who is directly affected by said regime have to work together to solve this mystery. And there's just a lot of fighting and political intrigue and betrayal and making men like work for you, and it's so good. It's so good. This series has actually solidified the author Megan E. O'Keefe as one of my favorite all-time auto-buy authors. And I know they have another sci-fi series that is a little bit more space-esque that I would like to get to eventually. But overall, I loved how we were able to see one of the main characters really like unlearn their biases and listen to and learn from marginalized groups and understand that because they are put into a position of power, they should be using their privilege to like help everyone and not further the marginalization, you know, like actually be like a decent white person, basically. So yeah, these are my top 5 favorite series. If you would like more sci-fi book recs, that is literally my favorite genre, so I read it so much. If you would like fantasy, I also read a lot of fantasy. I don't read as much romance, and I'm slowly getting into horror. Horror is also becoming one of my favorite genres, so yeah. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and follow along for more content like this. Live, laugh, love you all. Live, laugh, love the library, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!